You are welcome to the iPaid freelancing introductory video. In this video, you'll be learning what freelancing means, who a freelancer is, what the program offers, what you stand to get, what you stand to learn in this program. So let's proceed. Who is a freelancer and what's the meaning of freelancing? Freelancing means to work as an independent entity rather than being employed by someone else. A freelancer is a worker who is self-employed and makes money working with different clients. Most freelancers are remote workers, so they are able to work with businesses from all over the world, and this is what gives you leverage as a Nigerian freelancer. You don't have to work with only Nigerians and have your earnings capped, but you can tap into international economies where you can earn big. When I mean tap into international economies, I mean offering your services to foreign clients who are willing to pay higher in dollars. Now, the services you should be offering to these foreign clients are digital skills. Examples of these digital skills are website design, UI and UX design, content writing, copywriting, technical writing, social media marketing, digital marketing. These are the high income skills you should be offering to these foreign clients. Now, what is this high paid freelancing program and what does it offer? In this high paid freelancing program, you'll be learning digital skill acquisition, client acquisition. Now I've talked about the digital skills you'll be learning in this program. The client acquisition part, what you'll be learning in this client acquisition is you creating offers, how to close deals with foreign clients, how to receive payment for them, how to write business proposals, how to write cover letters, how to set up your mock-up portfolio, how to set up your Upwork account, your freelancing account. Okay, so how to receive payment from client, how to close this, how to create offers, how to send cold messages to CEOs, foreign companies and business owners. So how to position yourself whenever you're called for interview, how to position yourself as an expert so you will not make a mistake. Okay, what to say and what to reply to foreign clients whenever you ask questions. So let's proceed. Having known what the client acquisition part is about and what you'll be learning in this client acquisition and this client acquisition part, I would like you to know that this program comes in recorded format, video recorded format, PDF files and audio format. So that is how this program is packaged. Also, the name of the course creator of this program is Walter Inaya. He is a freelancer with over 16k earnings, $16,000 earnings on Upwork. His niche is copywriting. He created this program to help struggling freelancers and newbies increase their earnings online and to make income online. So if you're a student, a worker, a 9 to 5 worker, or anyone who is looking for something to do, or a stay-at-home mom, this program is for you. Even if you are a busy person, as long as you spend 2 hours every day of your time learning this program, you'll be able to learn and implement what is being taught in this.
All right, so you are welcome to today's presentation. And on today's presentation, I'm going to present you with an opportunity that you've never come across before. And maybe you have come across it before, but you're skeptical of whether you should take advantage of this opportunity or if this opportunity is really actually paying people what they say it's paying people, right? And if you stick with me to the end of today's presentation, you're going to learn the 2023 recession-proof formula, right? On this formula, via this formula, you're also going to learn how to earn $2,000 every single month in 2023 and beyond. Now, how much is $2,000 at today's current exchange rates? Well, it's about approximately $1,450,000 naira, approximately, right? That should be about, I think the last exchange rate I saw was around 745. So if we should do a quick math right here on my phone for the correct estimate, let's do this, right? So 2,000 times 745. Oh, I was actually wrong. That's 1,490,000 naira, right? That's almost 1.5 million naira. And you can end this for the consecutively for the rest of 2023 using what I'm going to be showing you on today's presentation. So you want to hold you and fasten your seatbelts, stay in a place clear of all distractions, and pay attention to what I'm about to reveal to you. All right. So yes, you heard me right. And if 1.4 million naira is too much to think, then just imagine yourself making at least $1,000 every single month, right? That's 745,000 naira. So it should not be that difficult every single month, simply by working with foreign businesses in first world countries, Now, it doesn't matter which government is in power or however this year's election turns out, you would be in total control of your earning power because you won't be earning from the Nigerian economy, and neither will you be earning in Naira, which is very important. So it doesn't matter if the exchange rate should say it wants to go to 1,500 to $1, doesn't concern you. You're going to still be making the exact amount of money you're making, or even more, and you'll be able to purchase the same things you could purchase and even purchase way more, right? I mean, think about it. If you were earning, let's say, 300K at the beginning of last year, that was still 300K. At the ending of last year, when exchange rate got to was around this 750 naira or 770 naira, your purchasing power would have reduced because a lot of things took a hike in price. But if you were earning $1,000 at the beginning of last year, you probably would have been earning about 550,000 naira. And at the end of last year, which was 2022, you would have been earning approximately 700K plus. It could be 750K. I cannot remember the particular exchange rate it ended at. Okay? And you're going to learn how to do all of this using the special dollar income formula. Okay? That I and my students utilize to make thousands of dollars while staying in Nigeria in this economy. So first of all, here's my profile. You can see it right here. Walter A. Naya, Calabar, Nigeria. You see it's over $16,000 earned. And I earned this amount of money within the space of 5 months. So that should be approximately $3,000 plus every single month. If we calculate that by exchange rate, 3,000 times, sorry about that, 3,000 times 745, that should be 2.2 million naira every single month. So you realize that I'm giving you beginners this thing, right? As a beginner, at least, even if you're not going to earn $1 million every single month, as a beginner, you could be earning, let's say, $500 every single month, right? And that's still about 300, and that's about 300,000 naira plus, right? That's over 350K. All right, so not just showing you a screenshot, I'm going to go onto my Upwork profile right now. So you can also see it live and direct there, okay? If we go on Upwork, let's load up my profile. Okay. Still loading. Let's see. Why is okay? It's taking a while. Okay, so let's see it load up, and we should get a clear view of it right now, right? So you can see it's Walter A. Naya, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. That's actually where I base. I have a residency in Dubai. But as at the time I'm recording this presentation, I'm currently in my apartment in Nigeria. I'll soon be going back. I came back for Christmas, so this is January. Okay, so you can look at it, over $10,000 plus 12 jobs and that. And the best part is that not only can you earn on Upwork, you can earn outside Upwork and on other platforms. And I'm going to show you how you can do it right here today, right here, right now. Okay, so let's continue from where we stopped, right? Now, this same formula has also helped some of my students like Timileyin earn over 20,000 US dollars in the space of 1 year. It's actually less than 1 year, it's about 11 months or 10 months, but let's say it was a year, and he earned over $20,000. That's about, let's see, if he earned $20,000 in 1 year, that's divided by 12, that's $1,666 every single month. And that's at today's current exchange rate, that's, I'm very sure it's above 1 million naira. It should be at 1,500,000 or so thereabouts, right? Cool. Now, who is this presentation for? Who is this business opportunity for, right? This is for you if you are fed up with the current situation of things in Nigeria and you want to do better financially so you can help yourself and your loved ones. Now, this is also for you if you work a 9-to-5 job where you work yourself tirelessly, you are unappreciated and you are underpaid. You know, you wake up early morning, you wake up on Monday morning, like, oh, I have to go to work, and you go to work, and how much are they paying you at the end of the month, right? 300K, 500K, if it's decent like that. For a lot of people don't get paid a salary of 500K in Nigeria. I mean, we both know that's the reality of things, right? But these, and even after going to the university for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, with the ASU strike and the rest of that, and you come out, your first job is not even going to pay you, is not going to be willing to want to pay you up to 500K or 300K. But literally, with this, you don't have to go to school for years. You just need a few weeks or months and can get your first job at about as a bad part, $500, and that's still over 350K. And the best part is that you can get multiple of those kind of gigs, or it could be for just one single project that takes you 3 days to complete. Or it could be, there are so many ways, and I'm going to just basically show it to you. So let's continue, right? Now, this is also for you if you're a young person anywhere in the world, worried about the future and what it has in store for you. Or you're a housewife who doesn't have anything doing and you are looking for a way to earn money legitimately online. If this is you, then I want you to sit back. If you fall into any of the criteria, I want you to sit back, get rid of all distractions, and let us get started. Now, imagine not having to worry about money and being able to afford everything you've ever wished for. Whether it's your house rent, whether you want to get a new phone, you want to get a new iPhone 14, you want to pay your kids' school fees, you have hospital bills, you want to go for a checkup and the rest of that, or other miscellaneous, other things you want to avoid. Imagine not having to constantly worry about it and looking at your salary and say, this is too small. But instead, you have more than enough that would spill over that you can save either in dollars or you can save even in Naira when the money comes into your bank account, right? Simply because of this business model that I'm about to show to you. Now, in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you how to get started with this business model and get paid for it every single week or month, doing less work than 90% of people working the earth right now, right? Less work. I did not say you're not going to do work. I'm going to do work, but it's just less work. Okay, so let's get that clear. Now, but before we get started, let me introduce myself. So my name is Walter Einaya. I'm a top-rated freelance copywriter. I'm an 8-figure freelancer. I'm a mentor to over 3,000 plus students that have collectively made $2.5 million in 1 year with my teachings. I'm also a client acquisition expert. So I'm an expert at getting businesses to work with me. And I've taken this same knowledge and imbibed it on my students and able to work with first world country businesses to work with them. Now, if the $2.5 million sounds like something so big to you, I have over 3,000 students who are successful using my teachings, right? And not just that, let's take, for example, let's say I have only 100 students who are earning $1,000 every single month. Over the course of 1 year, if you're earning $1,000 every single month, you've earned $12,000, right? And that's about 7 million, 8 million or so in a year. So that should not seem like a huge number to you. In fact, I need to get this by the end of 2023. I'm sure this number is going to get up to $10 million. Okay? Whether using just the same current students I have, I don't even need new students, just the ones I have. All right? So before I was any of these things, here's how it all began. This was me back in my mother's back in 2018. I was working a low-paying Nigerian job. I was working with Nigerian clients. I was being underpaid. I was a struggling copywriter. So what I do is I write for businesses outside the country and get paid for it, right? A single sales letter, a single email could be paying me, a single email series could be paying me as much as $1,500, and a single sales letter could be paying me as high as $5,000 and above. And I'm going to show you how to do that, right? So this picture, you can see me right here. You can see how lean I was looking now. My clavicle was showing. God of Sapa was pressing my neck. He said, I've sat you down. I will kill you. Poverty sat me down and said, it's going to kill me. Basically, I'm sure you've seen that meme, right? So that's it, right? Around this time, I had just dropped out of the university. I was studying pharmacy, but I had to drop out because of lack of funds. And I needed something to get me back on my feet. I didn't want to do Yahoo because it's not for me. I don't like stress in this life. And I could not do Yahoo. And I would say my parents were in their worst financial situation ever, and they really could not help me, right? So I went online and looked for what I could do. I saw different things. I came upon freelance. I was like, okay, let me try this. So when I started working with Nigerian clients, and it was not funny. It was not funny because basically I was earning 10,000 naira every single month, working with 3 Nigerian clients, right? And what I was doing for these clients, I was managing their Facebook, posting on their Facebook marketplace, replying their messages, coming up with this thing. I was designing the posts, coming up with the captions for the post, everything. I was doing everything basically. And I didn't even have time for myself. And at the end of the month, they will not pay me this thing, 10,000 naira. So I was making like 10,000 naira. And I remember the mud house, the yearly rent was 36,000 naira, right? So this was me back in 2018. And this picture is from the mud house. There's a video about it. I could have shown you, but I didn't prep it earlier before this presentation. Right? This is the picture was taken on the day I moved out of the mud house. This was the last picture. You can see a wooden door here. You can see how the floors look like a decayed because it's not tiles. It's mud. And if you look over here, you can see like a place where the cursor is. You can see like a place where I plugged in waterproof because rats, cockroaches will come from there, and if rain falls, it also leaks in from there. So it was not funny. I've seen shiggy in this life, right? Until I learned how to freelance properly and land high-paying clients who paid me in dollars, I was still struggling. But once I learned that, I'm now able to afford the things I want, live the lifestyle I want, work my own hours, and meet people of high importance. Plus, over my career, I've made over $150,000 as a freelancer via freelancing. Okay, and I'm going to show you how you can do this. I replicate this faster. Just the same way my students are replicating it faster. Right? So this was me. This picture is an old picture, by the way. This was 2021. Now I have more muscles. This was me. This was me in 2021 with Honorable Aki Alabi. You might know him, I don't know him, but basically he's the founder and CEO of Naira Bets, this thing, right? This was me with him when I went to his office to visit him and talk for a seminar that I attended. This is me in Dubai, right? This is me in front of the Dubai Skyview Hotel. This is me on the elevator going up to my apartment. What you have to have here is food, right? Let me give you a gist. In Dubai is super fucking expensive. Like the rice and stew and beans and everything that got here was about 20,000 naira or so plantain. But that's for the ending of this presentation. Maybe we're having our regular banter. This is me also in Dubai Skyview Hotel on the 3rd frame. And this is me in front of the Dubai Museum of the Future. This is me with one of my mentors, Mr. Ronald Inzimura. You might not know him. You might know him. He is a top marketer in Nigeria, okay? So this same business have been able to pay me on a single go 4.2 million naira. If I'm calling it in naira, it might seem big, but this is just $6,000, basically, right? And I earn more than that in a month. But this was, if I withdraw $6,000 as of then, it was 4.2 million naira. If I try it now, it should be more than it should be like 4.5 or so, right? Cool. Now, how would you like to be able to afford the things that you want without stress? If you'd like to be able to do that, then I'd like you to type 0 limits in the comment section. Now, the best part of this video, the best part of this is that this transformation has not just happened for me, but it has also happened for my students also. So you can see what testimony there. Hi, Walter, I just hit $5,000 today. I was like, let's go, super proud, right? This is from one of my students, and you can see it right here. $5,000, 17 jobs, 275 hours end, right? It's a imagine work 275 hours. It has like less than a month, right? And $5,000, $5,000 times 745, that's 3.7 million naira. If we divide 8 hours a week times 40 hours a week, 40 times 4, right? That's basically almost in 2 months. So basically in almost 2 months, someone has earned over 3 million naira, right? One of my students. Or take Timileyin, for example, right? He went from this was 16th September 2021. Hi, Walter, please send me the free webinar that teaches me how to get high-paying clients and gigs as a freelancer in Nigeria, right? And he went from that, 2021, to this was 23rd August. Hey, Walter, over $20,000 hits, right? I always appreciate you. So that's from October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. In 11 months, he made over $20,000. And I got to talk with him, and last year, he ended with over $28,000, right? So $20,000 divided by 11 months, that should be about $1,800 every single month, right? Cool. In less than a year. Now, remember what I said at the beginning. They are going to learn how to make at least ₦1,000,000 every single month. Concurrently, Timile is not my only student who has gotten this. There are tons of them I'm going to show you as we go along this presentation, okay? And it has worked for them, and I believe it can work for you too. So here's another one. Here's Israel Basa for a single job. He's like, with the tips you gave recently, I finally achieved this today. And if you zoom in here, you can see the job here. $800 for an e-commerce site revamp, right? So this could take him like 3 days or maybe less or more, right? But it's not going to take him more than like a week. So $800 times 745, that's 596,000 naira for a single job. It's not a monthly job. It's just come and do this thing for me, and you go. And you're doing it from your laptop, from the comfort of your house. Fan is blowing you, AC is blowing you, or any other kind of things. You're enjoying your life, right? Here's another one, Aneteti. I don't think I'm pronouncing it well, but hope he forgives me. But like, I tried to take the same course on social media marketing, and I applied the same things you taught. Boom! I got my first gig at $1,000 for just working 10 minutes every day. Some days I don't even work at all, and I still brought them results. He also got on that job recently. He said, I recently had 3 interviews. I just got on that with a sport clothing brand worth $6,000 to work for 6 months. So that's basically $1,000 a month. So basically, it's earning about $2,000 a month from these 2 jobs. And like we all know, that is 1,490,000 naira, right? And you can see here, it says he works 10 minutes every day. Sometimes he does not work at all. Right? This is for the skill sets he offers. I'm not going to tell you that this is going to be you might get in that you might have to work 3 to 4 hours a day. And that's not bad. If you're going to work 3 to 4 hours a day or 5 hours a day, at the end of the month, you're seeing cold hard 1.4 million naira in your account. Would you not work? How much are you even going to spend on living? Especially if you're not a married person, if you're single like me, how much are you going to spend on just living, right? So let's take note of that. And here's one of my favorite testimonials from Samuel Kokumo, right? It says, boss, good evening. This is just a random appreciation message. You could have kept your knowledge to yourself and not share it with us. Your selflessness is changing my life. I owe you another testimonial video this coming month. Is the least I could do. I really love this testimonial. It doesn't really state its earnings, but it's one of my favorite testimonials because it shows why I do the things I do, right? Now, to make this even better, this isn't a one-off type of thing. Just because you got paid $200 doesn't mean you won't get paid more and make above that, okay? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that this works. It has worked for me and thousands of my students, and I know that it can work for you too. Now, the question is, would you want to go through all I went through, or would you choose the simpler, faster, and more straightforward method that my students are using to get? Because when I started freelancing, I saw Shege. I told you how I was working for this type of client and how long it took me to get to that point, right? Now, would you want to do that, or would you want to be like my student Timilei or the other person who went from 0 to $15,000 in the space of a year, or $20,000, $28,000 in one single year, right? And if he doubles his revenue this year, he's making at minimum $60,000 this year. It's basically as if you are working a foreign job, but instead of you paying the yearly house rent, you're paying the monthly house rent, you're paying $1,500 per house rent, because I pay $2,800 per house rent in Dubai, by the way. Instead of you paying that, you are living on Nigerian expenses. Things are super cheap, and you get to keep almost all the money that you make to use and do whatever it is you want to do. Which method would you choose? Right? So I would like you to respond with a firm yes if you want to go with the method that my students have used to super and accelerate their progress, right? Cool. Now, quick notice, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I feel like this needs to be mentioned because there's actually work involved. Nobody is going to come and give you $2,000 when you're sitting in your house. When you not do, even if you did juju yourself, you still have to do something for them to come and give you $2,000 while you're sitting down in your house, okay? Now, here's the thing. If you are lacking money, if you are still tied up to that job that you hate so much, or a boss that works you like a donkey, or you're still running around looking for that job that is not forthcoming, that job that will pay you the amount of money you want, then the real issue is that you haven't found the one thing that will free you from all of that stress, all these things you're doing. Because a lot of people is like, money does not matter, but come on, let's be honest, money matters. Like, money matters so we can take care of our loved ones, matters so we cannot have to stress about life, so we can have freedom to be with our loved ones and do the things that we actually want to do. So you've not found the one thing that will free you from all that. Now, you need to make that change towards earning your own I didn't bring water. Wow. Wow. Now you need to make that change towards earning your own independent income, because once you make that change, you are the only one to literally control how fast or how slow money enters your pockets. And believe me, because I'm talking from experience, I went from living in a mud house, being a broke dropout with no prospect for the future, to making over 7 million naira monthly, which is about $10,000 monthly, and even more from freelancing. And I'm going to show you how you too can do it. All right. Now you're going to become what I call a high-paid freelancer, which is at the point of this life, you're 100% sure that you are making money consistently and you can solve any problem anytime that it shows up. There are different types of freelancers. There are freelancers, there are people who are doing freelancing, but they are not seeing up to $500 a month. And there are people who, as a beginner freelancer, they're first starting from $500, $1,000 per month, and the rest of that. And you'd see all of that here. It's not hearsay, it's not I think. No, it's real life proof, undeniable evidence that what I'm about to show you works. All right. Now you realize that your past failures were only because you didn't have a predictable and guaranteed system or guide to show you how to get there. And for the first time, you'll be able to see clearly how you are going to start earning as much as $500, $1,000, $2,000 bi-weekly or monthly faster than you ever thought, right? Because the favorite thing about the way they pay salary is that they don't have to pay you at the end of the month. They could pay you if you're earning $2,000 every single month. It could be earning 1,000. They could be paying you $500 every single week, or paying you $1,000 every 2 weeks, right? And for any $4,000 for a job, you could be getting paid $1,000 every single week, or $2,000 every 2 weeks, right? Cool. Now, with all that said, let us get started. First thing you want to know is, what is freelancing and how does freelancing work? So freelancing is simply you offering your services to multiple businesses or multiple clients, right? What services are you going to offer is what's going to determine whether you are just earning peanuts or you're earning millions every single month, right? So let me give you a scenario, right? So you stay in Nigeria, you're most likely watching it if you're in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, that's fine. But think of any local plumber or someone who repairs your gen in your area, or who services your air conditioner if you have one, right, in your area, right? That's not anything special. So these guys are freelancers, but they don't know it. If you ask them, are you a freelancer? They will say no, right? But basically, they are working with multiple people. Your mechanic or your plumber can fix your sink, and if your neighbor's sink has problem, he will go over there and fix your neighbor's sink and fix like maybe 5 people's sink in your area that same day. He's a freelancer, right? And if he's charging $2,000 or if he's charging 5,000 naira, then he's making about 25K a day or he made 25K that day by simply fixing 5 people's sink in your area, right? He is a freelancer. But now, I would call them the low-tiered freelancer, because they are not only serving a market that is broke, forgive me for using it, but if you're working with Nigerian clients, it's going to be hard for you to make a lot of money, because we are one of the poverty capital of the world. So that actually is significant, right? So not only that, but their skill is not a high income skill, right? So what you're going to be doing, and what I'm going to show you how to do today, is number one, you're going to have a high income skill, right? And number two, you're going to be serving the international market so you can get paid in dollars. This is businesses in first world countries like the United Arab Emirates, United States, London, United Kingdom, sorry, why is this skipping my mind? New Zealand, Australia, and the rest of these countries, right? People who have money to pay you, they have good cash to pay you for your services. You are earning first world income, which is an average of $2,000 every single month. And you are living in Nigeria, which an average of how much? As our minimum wage, about $35 or so, right? Do you see? That's more than 10 times 20 times 30, or 1 times 50 of what the average person earns in Nigeria, right? If you're talking about, if you're using the statistics of our average income, all right? Now that you know and understand what freelancing is, let us move on to the 4 secret fail-proof steps that makes you a massively successful freelancer. So I've explained what freelancing is and how freelancing works, right? And how you can work with multiple clients and get paid, or work with a single client and get paid recurringly, okay? And you don't have to be a monthly job. It could be you could work jobs by gigs basis. So you do something, and once you're done with it in the next 3 days, you get paid And you can collect your 50% down payment first and collect the rest after that, okay? So step one for the 4-step foolproof method, first thing you want to do is you want to get a high income skill. So what is a high income skill? You could just simply say it's a skill that can get you paid a lot of money, right? But if you follow that definition alone, you're not going to get more success. A high income skill, how I define it for myself and my students, so we don't misroad at any point in time, is a skill that can get you paid thousands of dollars. You want that to be there. And also is in high demand. You want both of these things. Can get you paid thousands of dollars and also has high demand. Now, if you have a skill that can get you paid thousands of dollars but doesn't have high demand, there's a little bit of a problem there, because basically it will take you quite some time to get someone to pay you for that skill, right? There's not a lot of people who want that skill. And also, if something happens and you and that client stop working together, you are in a bit of a pinch because it's going to take you some time again to get someone else to hire you. Now, if you have a skill that can get you paid, that has high demand, but cannot get you paid thousands of dollars, that means you can be working day and night, you have jobs every time, but at the end of the month, look at your bank account and you're seeing only $500 there, right? And for multiple jobs, not even for one job, for multiple jobs. So you do not want that, right? This is why you want both things to come together, which is high in demand and can get you paid thousands of dollars. When you have these two things, you're almost unstoppable because you're going to be able to get paid thousands of dollars and are able to also get jobs easily. Now, the importance of this step one is that the more demand for your skill or service, the more money you make. The faster you get to see progress and success, and the harder it becomes for you to fail, right? You want to understand that. The faster you begin to see progress, because people are going to hire you faster because there's a lot of demand for it. And the harder it becomes for you to fail, okay? Now, step two, what you want to do is you want to position yourself on platforms to be seen by foreign businesses and individuals. Makes no sense that you are good at something and nobody knows they are good at it. Who is going to pay you? So you want to make sure that you want to position yourself on platforms where you can be seen by foreign individuals and clients. And one way to do this is via freelance platforms. Let's take Upwork, for instance, right? We can go back to Upwork right here and we'll click on find work, right? There are two main ways you can do this. You can do this via freelance platforms like Upwork, which is Upwork, Freelancer.com, Fiverr, and the rest of that. Or you can do it via social media platforms or code emails. I'm going to explain that in a moment, right? So you can see this, right? This person is willing to pay for a copywriter to write email, Facebook advertising, and the rest of that. We need to pay $10 to $50 per hour for the person to work with him at least 30 hours a week, right? And you can see this person has spent over $10,000, right? And now let's say you get this job at, let's say, $30 or $20. No, let's just say $30, right? Per hour. For each hour you work, you're getting paid $30. By the way, if that's in Nigerian currency, that's 22,000 there for every single hour you work. So if you work 5 hours in a day with that person, you've made over 110K in one single day. Okay. So let's say you get this job at $30 per hour and you don't work 30 hours a week, you work 20 hours a week. That's $600. Now, $600 times 745, that's 447,000 naira every single week that you work with these clients, and you get paid this amount into your account, right? Cool. So we can look at another one here, something similar. Person we need to pay you $10 to $40 per hour. We can look at another one, $22 to $60 per hour. Sometimes a VA job, so this person just wants to pay $6 per hour, which is still not bad. This person has spent over 400,000 US dollars hiring people. And you can see the country here, United States, right? Spain, over $600,000 spent, right? You want to look at this because these are the people that are going to pay you the most amount of money. If you go and start meeting Indians or people in Pakistan, voila, I'm not saying they won't pay you well, but they're like almost a third world country like us. So it's going to be quite difficult, and you don't want that for yourself, all right? So newsletter design, you can see that. So VSL, and we can even load more jobs and see what more people are willing to pay, right? So this person is willing to hire for $35 to $40 per hour. That's what the person wants. They're looking for an expert, right? I'm trying to see if I can get a fixed job here so I can show you how much people are willing to pay for a fixed budget, right? And you can see this, right? Full-time email copywriter for 8-figure US skincare brand, retainer plus bonuses. And this person is willing to pay you $3,000 every single month. The person has spent over $50,000 working. So if I apply and get this job, or you apply and you get this job, that's 2.2 million naira every single month. It hits your bank account. It's not even considering the bonuses that you get working for this type of clients, right? So that's it. So the next way you can also use to get clients is via social media platforms like LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter to work with these companies or people who run these businesses. Like your services can be important to them. And I think I forgot to mention something. So when I talked about high income skills, I need to talk about the type of high income skills. So there's some good high income skills you can utilize is copywriting, that's what I do, content writing, social media marketing. One of my students' testimonial, the one that works 10 minutes a day and makes $1,000 every single month, right? UI UX design, technical writing, web design, web development. These are high income skills. You can do some of them from your phone. You can do it either from your phone or you can perform it from your laptop, whichever one you have. You can do it from any of those things. No, you must have a laptop. When I started out freelancing, I started with only my Infinix Hot 5. The phone was horrible. Then I had to like plug it so that the screen will boot up and I'll be able to tap my phone and go because the power button was not working, right? So, and if it meant if the phone died, I had to go and meet someone. Is this electric? Can be metal? This is and touch it so I turn on. So that's aside, right? So now the importance of this is that you get paid strictly in dollars of this step 2. You get high paying jobs faster and you have less competition if this is done properly. Okay? So that's it. You get strictly paid in dollars, you get high paying jobs faster and less competition if done properly. Okay? Now, this is where the real money is because it's not just about having a skill. Some people have skills, but they're not getting paid for it, and you don't want to be those kind of people, right? Now, quick question. How does one separate themselves from other freelancers offering the same services as them? It's a very important question because, like I said, I'm a copywriter. There are other copywriters. You might want to learn copywriting when you join us today. And how do you separate yourself from me or from others? Number one, there is a surplus amount of jobs in the market, but there is a scarcity of people who can do these jobs well. Like if you go on LinkedIn, that's why you're seeing every day. If you go on Upwork right now, you are always seeing jobs. Why? Because there's not enough people that can do them, or there's not enough qualified people that can get the job done. So don't even bother about what are we going to see jobs. There is jobs. Don't worry about that one. Right? So how do you separate yourself from other freelancers offering the same services as you? Maybe you're a web designer, maybe you're a graphic designer. Or how do you separate yourself from the competition, from people who are doing something similar to what you are doing? So the answer to that is by creating compelling offers. And that is step 3. Right? You want to become a high-paid freelancer, then you need these 3 steps. Number 1, get a high-income skill. Number 2, put yourself and that your skill where foreign clients and businesses can see you to hire you. Number 3, create a compelling offer. So let me give you a very simple example of what a compelling offer is. A compelling offer is basically something that makes your competition choose you over the rest person, even if you're the same thing. It's just like, this is a very weird analogy to use, but let's say a guy wants to get married and he's considering 2 girls, which he should not be doing, by the way, right? But he's considering 2 women and he's choosing and he's picking one. Or maybe a lady wants to get married and she's considering 2 men, which is then going to be a better partner in marriage. There's always something that one has to offer more. Maybe that other guy is richer. Maybe that other girl is more curvier. She has more shape, right? And that's their offer to them, right? So in your case, you are doing it for services that you're going to get paid for, right? So a good example of this or a good analogy of this would be, let's say you're a graphics designer and I am also a graphic designer. Now, you go on Upwork and you're like, I'm a graphic designer, I design flyers, posters, XYZ, and the rest of that, right? And you get jobs. It's a high income skill. You're definitely going to get jobs. You get jobs. At the end of the month, you look into your bank account, you made $1,000 that month. Not bad. You're trying. But I take my skill and we do the same thing, exactly the same thing. We have the same skill sets. And I say, I'm a graphic designer that work with only fashion brands on Instagram to help them design their social media pages so it can get more conversions and increase interactions with people. You see that? The way I branded myself, the way I positioned myself. Now, because of what I've done, I'm able to set my own prices. I'm able to tell you, all right, I want to do this. I'm going to be working with you for only a month. That's $2,500 every single month, right? And that's it. So I get to work with one client $2,500 every single month. While the person who doesn't position or brand themselves or create a compelling offer might be doing the lower tier jobs, which is never really low, because if you think about it, you're staying in a third world country. If a job is $500, it's still like good amount of money, and the rest of that. So that's how you create a compelling offer, by secluding yourself or differentiating yourself from the market. And I'm going to learn how to do all of that. All right. So now the importance of this step is that you separate yourself from the competition. Very important, right? You get to set your own prices, and most importantly, you get paid more, because when you're setting your own prices, if somebody say, tell me how much I should give you, would you say they should give you less money or more money? Obviously more money. So that's one thing you actually want to consider. All right. So far, we've covered what freelancing is and how you can get started, where to find foreign clients and companies that will pay you in top dollars, how to position yourself as a Nigerian freelancer to attract international clients, and the three, it's supposed to be three, sorry about that, the three fail-proof steps needed to become a Nigerian freelancer earning in dollars, right? So you want to get a high-income skill, and I define the high-income skill as a skill that can get you paid thousands of dollars and also has high demand. You want it to fit these two criteria. Second thing is, you want to take yourself and that skill and position yourself on freelance platforms where people and individuals or foreign businesses, people from United States, America, New Zealand, Australia, United Kingdom, and the rest of that can actually find you. And thirdly, you want to create a compelling offer. So the first step is basically, once you have 1, 2, 3 in place, you get paid. You want to receive your money in good amounts, right? If you receive your money in your Naira bank account direct, almost shaggy, because $1,000 would be about 450K there instead of 745,000 there on the black market rate. So you don't want to do that, right? So that's basically the first step of it, right? And now you are probably wondering, how do I get started? Now here's a quick question. If I offer to show you how to get high-paying freelance clients consistently and give you a high-demand, high-income skill to get started, so you can start making at least $1,000 monthly, what would your answer be? Right? Well, I already know your answer is going to be yes. And with that said, I would like to invite you to the High-Paid Freelancer Premium Program. To help you decide now if this program is for you, here's what you're going to get when you join as a new member today. Section number 1, you're going to learn the beginner-friendly Upwork Mastery course that is designed to take you from $0 to $6,000 in as little as 4 months. So that's like maybe $1,000 every single month, $1,500 every single month. That's basically $1,500 every single month. And that's a decent amount of money. That's still almost $1 million. That's like 950K or 990K or something like that, right? So you're going to learn how to use Upwork, how to position yourself on Upwork, how to get clients who are going to pay you for what you do on Upwork and want to work with you, right? So that's what you're actually you're going to learn how to do. You're going to have to create your Upwork profile, what skill you should choose, and what skill you should sell on Upwork as a freelancer in Nigeria. And don't worry, it doesn't matter whether you put your position, your location in Dubai or America or any of that. As long as you have a high income skill, you are going to get paid well for it, and you can present that skill in the fashion and manner I'm going to teach you how to do it. All right. Now, section number 2, you're going to learn the LinkedIn Outbound Client Acquisition Masterclass. How anyone can find and close high-paying clients on LinkedIn without relying on luck, right? You don't want luck in this thing. You want proven step-by-step process that would get you results, okay? So going to learn how to use LinkedIn. If you don't know what LinkedIn is, you can see the name here, LinkedIn. You can go and Google it. It's a social media platform for professionals, right? If you are a worker, you're a graduate, you're a worker, go and check it. Your boss is already there. If you're a student, go check it. You're seeing people from your school already there trying to create a profile and make themselves stand out there. I'm going to show you how you can cut through the noise and go straight to it. And you're not going to be, remember, no Nigerian markets. I don't like that stress. You want to make the most money, then you want to earn in dollars. That's the fastest leverage you can ever get, right? Anywhere in the world, whether you're living in Dubai like me, you're living in Dubai like me, whether you're staying in any country, whether you even move Japan to the United States, once you're earning in dollars, you're earning a reasonable amount of money, okay? So section number 3, you're going to learn the Facebook client acquisition system. How to find more clients than you will ever need on Facebook without you spending a dime. You're going to learn how to find freelance clients on Facebook groups. You're going to learn how to find freelance clients on Facebook communities and the rest of that. So now let me give a simple example of how this works. So let's say you're a graphics designer, or you're a graphic designer. I'm a graphic designer. I don't know why I like using graphic designer for example, but let's say that's it, right? And they say, all right, you guys should go on Facebook and get someone to hire you to design for them, right? So initially, they say, and you should use only Facebook groups. Initially, we are both newbies, but what most people will do is that they will go and join Facebook groups that say graphics design jobs, graphics designers, graphic blah, 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 right? That's where most people go and join this thing. But that's not what you want to do. You want to find where people who are going to hire you are going to be. So what I'll do instead is to go to business group, e-commerce, drop shipping, any of these kind of YouTube creators and other people who actually have need for your services, and go over there to pitch them. If you go to the group for graphic design jobs, then you're basically going to be with 1,000 other graphics designers who are trying to apply for one same job being posted on that group. And why would you want to stress yourself like that when you can just go through the shortcut and get paid instantly and enjoy your life and live comfortably? Why would you want to stress yourself like that, right? So far, you have the beginner-friendly Upwork mastery course, worth over 100,000 naira. The LinkedIn outbound client acquisition masterclass, worth over 150K, right? And the Facebook Live acquisition system, worth over 100,000 naira. But obviously, I'm not going to pay 100,000 naira. It's not obviously, but still, you're not going to pay 100,000 naira. So stick with me, all right? You're going to pay something less than that, okay? Now, but that's not all. I wanted to make this really simple for you. And I don't want you to say, oh, I don't have a skill. How am I going to do this? How am I going to implement this, right? So you will get not just any type of this thing. So what I've done is I've added 6 high income skills for you in the high paid freelancer premium program. Not just any type of high income skills or digital skills, but high income skills. And about what I said, high income skills are basically skills that can get you paid thousands of dollars and also have high demand. Okay, so I've added this carefully crafted this thing for you, and I'm going to show you how you can go about it right now. So the first high income skill, number 1, you get is the kick-ass copywriting course. I'm a copywriter, so I created this course for you. So you're going to learn how to write copy as a beginner that will get you more sales, either for your personal business or for your client's business or for getting clients. More clients and more money than you can ever imagine. Copywriting is my favorite. If I had to go back in time and God forbid, I have to go back and start from the mud house where I started from my syndicate, and I start to pick a skill, I will still pick copywriting because it's one of the best things that you can actually learn and make money from, right? Yeah, this doesn't mean other skills are not good. I'm just saying, right? I'm going to learn how to sell online, okay? So that's that. So here's one of my students, Keva. She's a copywriter. She's like, hey, Walter, these are testimonial. I heard to thank you because your course opened the way for me. I have earned over $3,000 from generating it. Was like, that was March recently, so that was basically $1,000 for every single one. I have a job success score of 93%, and I'm just 19 years to be 20. So when I was 19 years, I had not seen up $3,000. So thank you so much. My boss, Keva, right? So I was just hailing her and just that's her testimonial. She was showing me a new iPhone that she recently purchased, right? Cool. Now, high income skill number 2 you are going to get when you get to the high paid freelancing program. Let's say you don't want to do copywriting, you want to do another form of writing, is the content writing and content marketing crash course. You're going to learn how to write simple content that goes viral for businesses, blog posts and the rest of this easy content that you see businesses releasing. Then you're going to learn how to write those and get paid thousands of dollars for it. So here's another one, Elo, right? It's like, he was telling me about a job he recently got, and he was like, he left me the offer on Upwork, but it's still good for me though. I'm using it to build momentum there. Imagine my first gig on Upwork being $1,000. By the end of this month, I should be $2,000 plus. That's enough momentum for me there, right? So imagine if your first gig is $1,000, right? That's over 745,000 naira for your very first job. For something that's going to take you just a few weeks it's not going to take you more than a couple of weeks, right? Imagine your first gig being $1,000. Most people go to school, they go to university, they go through ASU strike, they spend maybe 1 or 2 years at home after ASU strike, they're waiting for a job, they are praying and the rest of that. At the end of the day, they get the job, and how much is the job paying them? If they see 300K, they're like, oh boy, I don't make them. They're happy. But in less than a few weeks, your first job could be $1,000 and that's 745,000 there. This is what you call leverage, and the internet has given us access to this leverage. And if you don't take advantage of it, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Okay, So the third high income skill you're going to get, let's say you don't want to do copywriting, you don't want to do content writing, is the full stack digital marketing course. You're going to learn everything about digital marketing and strategies focused on increasing reach and visibility for businesses, right? You're going to help business, you want to help business owners, not people with money. You're not going, who do you want to help? You're going to help business owners. That's why I'm specifically picking this high income skills, because they offer value to people or companies that have serious amounts of money to pay you every single day, right? An individual is not just going to simply be paying you $5,000 every single day or every single month, right? But a business that is generating cash is going to want to do that. They will be begging to even pay you more than that, right? Or begging to pay you because you're offering value to them, right? So you're going to know how to use the full stack digital marketing course. You're going to learn strategies focused on increasing the reach and visibility for your business or for businesses. Okay, either use this for your personal business if you are selling something, or if you have a business you run personally, or you can use it for your client's business. Okay. So here's one of my students, Ransom Olukutum, and it's like completed this yesterday. And truly, what's that about paying clients? Sorry, and truly, what you say about clients that pay on the high side is true. I don't ever want to work for low paying clients again because I don't see shege for their hand. Got on that $600 gig, and I'm supposed to start this weekend, right? And basically, what he's talking about here is if you are working for someone who does not have money, or you're working for somebody that is managing on a shoestring budget, there is a way they're always putting pressure on you, and you don't want that. You want the easy life. And like I said, me, I like easy things, and I believe you yourself, you want to be able to do things minimally and get maximum result, which is what the leverage I'm showing you how to do here. So you can see you got a $600 gig, and on this profile here, you can see $600. So in the space of 2 weeks, he has done 2 jobs, and that's $1,200. $1,200 times 745 current exchange rates is 894,000 naira in 2 weeks. If he does on that job again, let's say he does another job, 2 jobs, exactly the same one for the month ends, already earning 1.6 million naira. If he does not even do any job again throughout that month, throughout this month of this, it's still good amount. It's still a very good amount of money earned. 894,000 naira. That's over $1,000, right? Cool. So you don't want to do copywriting. You say you don't want to do content writing or digital marketing. Then there's the fourth high income skill you can do: social media marketing. And if you remember, I had a student who said he works 10 minutes every single day doing this. This course is inside here, and you can go through it, learn it, and implement it. Right? How anyone can use power of social media marketing to get clients and build businesses. Right? So here is the testimonial, and this is the F-Young. It's like, this is true, Boss Walter. I said take this course on social media marketing and apply the same things you taught. Boom! I got my first gig at $1,000 for just working 10 minutes every day. Some days I don't work at all, and I still brought them results. I recently had 3 interviews. I got on that job with a sports clothing brand worth over $6,000 to work 6 months, and I'll get a retainer at equity in the company if I exceed expectations, right? So you see that, so he's basically earning $2,000 every single month, which is 1.4 million naira, right? From $1,000 from each job for social media marketing, and he works approximately 10 minutes every single day. That was from the first job. Maybe the second job is making him work like 2 hours every single day. But at max, he's working like 3 hours a day at max, right? And he's making 1.4 million naira, I'll be 1,490,000 naira every single month working these jobs, right? Imagine if that could be you, your first gig. Another person was seen again where their first job is $1,000. Okay, so the next skill you can learn, if you decide not to take the previous ones or if you want to combine them, it's your luck, it's your choice. I would suggest you don't combine them, just pick only one, right? You want the fastest progress in the fastest time possible. Is the UI/UX design for beginners, right? You're going to learn how to design apps and websites and create good user designs and user interfaces for people. This requires a laptop. So if you are more of the design kind of person and you are maybe a graphic designer and you want to upskill, because graphic design is a good skill, but you want to upskill so that people can pay you more for that, then this is the ideal course for you. I have a student who does it, right? And here's his testimonial. Philip Odulaja is like, I was asking him how did it go? I walked him through an interview, and I was asking him how it went. I was like, he drops the offer. I don't drop the offer. I work with a Berlin firm now. $40,000 per annum, right? It's 40K per annum. They pay monthly, so that's around $3,000. And I remember doing this math a while ago, and it's $3,333, right? So that's basically, if we calculate it, $3,333 times 745, that's 2.4 million naira every single month. Living in Nigeria. Living in Nigeria, you can buy Toyota Camry with your 1 month salary. You don't need to wait for, you don't need to say for 4 years to buy Camry to drive. He can do all of this while living in Nigeria. And the next month you're back, you're flush, you have money, right? Because things are always going to keep getting expensive, and you don't want to be in any of that. Okay, give me a moment. So that's basically the freedom that freelancing gives you. So the sixth high income skill, if you don't want to do any of this, is technical writing. And technical writing is so beautiful because you're just breaking down complicated jargons or work jargons from engineers or crypto people or any of this complicated blockchain industry language into simpler distance, right? And here's a job from someone who got it. One of my students who got it, like, bam, you received an offer. This is on Upwork, right? VPN expert writers for VPN testing and review blog. $1,000 for a single gig, right? $1,000. So you see that these are all high income skills. No one here is not paying you thousands of dollars. I carefully crafted them, and they've worked for hundreds and thousands of my students, and I know that they will work for you too, right? Now, with this knowledge at your fingertips, you cannot become what we call a modern day money making freelance machine. But wait, there's still more. That's not all. I want you to have no room for failure, right? If you get the high paid freelancer premium program today, I'm going to add some extra bonuses for you. And I created these bonuses because I don't want you to have any room for failure. So you can call it a no failure bonus, right? So the first bonus you get is the no failure bonus resource number 1, full access to the members area and community. So you can ask questions, get in touch with me, and have companions on your journey, right? It's easier when you have like-minded freelancers, people who are doing the same thing that you are actually doing. It's easier when you have them, right, working with you. It's easier when you have them working with you, because you guys are all driven towards one goal. If you are making a mistake, or if you're about to make a mistake, someone's always here to correct you, and you are over motivated when you're seeing other students' results and the rest of that, right? Cool. You have the no failure bonus resource number 2, which is how to get your first client in 2 weeks or less. Is a short video and PDF compiled to show you how to get your first client in 2 weeks or less. Now, you also get the no failure bonus number 3, access to periodic meetings and masterminds to help you find your feet faster, right? So these periodic meetings and masterminds are either held by me or any of my assistants in the group chat, and they help you find your feet faster so that you can know what you do, the next step to take in wherever you are and the rest of that. And these are held weekly, or it's weekly basically, except we skip a week, but these are held weekly, right? So you won't take note of that. Free bonus resource number 4, which is the no failure bonus number 4, closer secrets and how to close more deals by asking the right questions. This is a book created by me, right? So you want to know how to close more deals by asking the right questions. Let me give you a very simple example of why this is very important, right? So let's say you have headache and you go to the doctor. The first doctor say, off with his head. Let's do surgery. You need to operate on you, right? You're going to be scared because the person will not tell you what's wrong with you or not ask any question. And they just say they want to operate you. And even if that doctor is charging you $10,000 for that surgery, let's just say, right? You're not going to want a doctor to operate on you. You are going to want to see a second doctor. Now you see the second doctor and the doctor asks you, how long have you been having this headache for? How long has your head been paining you? Did you hit your head and that's when it started, or you just woke up and it started? Are you feeling this on the right side of your head or on the left side of your head? Any of those kinds of things, right? And then the doctor says, oh, we're going to have to operate on you, something like that, right? You have a tumor, blah, 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 God forbid, right? And the doctor charges you $20,000 for that operation. Which of the doctors will you be more comfortable allowing to operate on you? The first or the second doctor? Now, obviously, I'm going to go for the second doctor because he asked you the right questions and positioned himself not just as an expert, but also showed that he cared for your well-being and not just about the money, right? And that's what this no failure bonus is going to teach you what to do in it, all right? So you have the no failure bonus number 5, the 0 to 2K challenge, right? How to go from 0 to 2K every month. That's a challenge I created for my students, and it has helped a lot of them scale up. And I know it too will help you scale up. And what the testimonial you see is because of this challenge I created. All right. Now, no failure bonus number 7, 3 payment methods to receive your money in Nigeria. You don't want to receive it through PayPal. If they pay you $1,000, PayPal might freeze your account for like 6 months. You don't want that. And also, you don't want to receive it through the Nigerian bank account at CBN exchange rate, because that's just bullocks. That's fucked. That's, let me know if the word fucked up, but that's fucked up, right? Because you're going to receive your money at maybe 490K. It's not even going to be up to that. You get 450,000 naira if you're receiving $1,000 instead of 750,000 naira or whatever the exchange rate is at a point in time. Okay. Now, free bonus resource are 7. Free 1-year membership to the HPF Academy. Right? You're going to get the 1-year membership to the HPF Academy. It is our platform for high-paid freelancers. Okay. You also get certifications for each course that you take. Now, certificate of completion, student's name, course title, and the rest of that. Right? This is basically how the certificate looks. For each of these skill courses you take, you're going to get a certificate of completion that you can print out. All right? Now, as you can see, I have included everything that you need to take your first step on the freelancer's part to earn at least $1,000 per project. Without you needing much experience, without you needing a degree, without you needing to wait for years at a Nigerian job, without you being the most gifted in your industry, and most importantly, without you relying on luck. You don't want to sit down at home and hope that something good will happen to you. You want to go out there and get it. And the best part is that you don't have to go out, you don't have to physically go out there. You can stay from your phone and go out there and make it work. All right? So let's continue. Now, please note, all of these materials are in video, PDF, and recording formats. Now, how much does it cost to enroll for the High-Paid Freelancer Premium program? In a minute, I'll tell you, but first, I want you to look at this. So here's one testimonial to me, right? It goes, luckily, the client retained me, and I'm working with him. I'm coming to Dubai soon, that's what he said, right? Because I started making money, let's come to Dubai soon. I was like, all right, so like, Walter, my life has changed. At home, my parents don't even look at me the same anymore. Even amongst my guys, God, I'm so grateful. Blessed the day I messaged you. And you can see a testimonial, this thing, a picture of someone's earning profile. Yeah, I think it should be Tim Lion's own. It's like $15 per hour. And you can, if you look down where my cursor is, you can see it's $1,110. And this is for a week's job. A week's job, you are getting paid $1,110. That's times that by 745. You're making 826,000 naira for 1 week's job. Okay. So here's another one. It's like, good evening, Walter. I would be really grateful. It would be really ungrateful of me not to share my wins for 2022. And it was all thanks to your help and coaching. I worked with just 2 clients last year. One which paid me $340, and another which I have worked with on a retainer which sums to $9,000 plus. To think that I entered 2022 really broke. I'm really grateful to God and your help. Thanks for everything, and hope to do more in 2023. And I started sharing him strategies on what he's going to do more in 2023, because $9,000 is good, but I make that in a month. So I want my students to exceed my level. I have some students who have exceeded my level, by the way. So you want that, right? Cool. So that's one. You can see on that one, it's like, hi, Walter, Upwork is doing great. I landed a $1,250 job from a client I worked with recently that paid $350. And I'm also going to show you how to do this. Basically, any client that hires you, only they hire you for like maybe $300 for the first job, they can hire you for more once you do a good job. That's what some people don't understand, right? A client might not just immediately hire you for $1,000, $2,000 right off the bat. But a client that can hire you for $500 can hire you for $5,000 once they've seen that you can actually do a good job. So you want to take note of that. I'm going to show you how you can milk and leverage on that. Okay. So I got to do a job with him, working for him, which is worth $1,350,000, right? And you can see the post here, $1,350, right? And if we calculate how much $1,350 is at current exchange rate, that's 1,005,000 naira for a single gig. That will take him maybe like a week to complete, or even if it takes him 2 weeks, even if it takes him 1 month, that's still a good amount of money, basically. Right? So here's another one. It's like, hi, Mr. Walter, I just got a gig outside Upwork, done and dusted. And you can see the payments in his account, $2,500. This is my first gig. Really want to thank you for the courage you instilled in me. And you was basically, the rest is basically details about the job and the rest of that. And you can see $2,500 for a single gig. And this is his first job. So imagine if your first job is $2,500. Now, I'm not going to say that that's going to happen to you, but it's very likely it's going to happen to you. Even if it's $1,000, even if it's $500, you are still going to go up, scale up, and earn more and above this. And you get to keep the knowledge as yours forever. So over from now to the next 10 years, these high income skills are going to be valuable. Okay? So $2,500 for your first job is insane, actually, because that's 2,500 times 745. That's 1.8 million naira for your first job. How much do you want to pay for the high-paid salary payment program? That is not going to be that is not up to times 100 of it, right? Cool. So you have some other testimonials like this is from Rami and Jahid. I think they're about this is from Ang Emmanuel, and the person hiring him is Rami Jahid. He was sending me this like, and he was like, "Wow, good for you." He was like, "How I need this person full time. How old are you?" And he's like, "I'm 18, right?" Oh, my battery has died, right? He was like, "I'm 18." Let me just give me a second. Let me put this on. Right? He was like, "I'm 18." Right? I was like, good for you. You should be proud of yourself. I'm going to hire you for $750 a month. But first, I have to ask the team. Sterling would send you an email in detail to explain your work. I was like, okay, sure. And they hired him, right? And then there's our here is what do we call our this thing, UI UX designer, right? And he's showing me, and this is his testimonial again. Sorry about that. The light I'm using for this video died. Doesn't matter actually. So let's continue. And it's like the $3,000 per month. They hire him for $40,000 per annum, right? And yes or no, I'll be like, bro, I owe you a lot. Ever since I took your advice, I've been getting lots of interviews, and I finally got a project to design a website for $1,300 a day. Thank you, sir. Imagine you designing a website for $1,300. That's close to $1 million. $1,300 times 745. That's 968,000 naira. Okay. So be honest to yourself. Ask yourself this question: how much do you think it is worth for someone to show you how to land jobs like this? You've seen tons of people who their first job was $1,000, which is 745,000, and it's not like if you just get one job, it's done and over. Nope. Even if it's guaranteed that you get only one job for someone for that, that's still more than money doubling, because even if you pay 100,000 and you make 745,000 naira, it's good. But you're not going to make 745,000 naira. You're going to make times 10 that and above and going beyond as time goes on, because it's a monthly stuff. It's monthly or weekly or bi-weekly stuff, right? So how much do you think it is worth for someone to show you how to land jobs like this, right? You've seen people who got their first job at $2,500. You've seen people who got their first job at $500, right? How much do you think it's worth? Now, remember, here's all you'll be getting. First thing you'll be getting is the beginner-friendly Upwork Mastery course, whatever 100,000 naira, the LinkedIn Outbound Client Acquisition Masterclass, the Facebook Client Acquisition System, the Kick-Ass Copywriting course, the Content Writing and Content Marketing Crash course, the Full Stack Digital Marketing course, the Social Media Marketing School, the UI/UX Design for Beginners, then No Failure Bonus number 1, full access to the members area, No Failure Bonus number 2, how to get your first client in 2 weeks or less, No Failure Bonus number 3, lifetime access to periodic meetings and masterminds for as long as you're them. No Failure Bonus number 4, Closer Secrets, how to close more deals by asking the right questions. No Failure Bonus number 5, the 0 to 2K challenge, right? No Failure Bonus number 6, 3 payment methods to receive your money. What's over this, right? And access to the new high income skills that we are going to add, or the ones we've added, and also into the technical writing course, right? So it brings the total worth and value of this to 990,000 naira. We're not going to pay anywhere close to that amount of money. Okay. Now, on average, it can, in the foreign markets or in America, it can cost you $200 to learn just one of these skills to even get a certificate on them, but each on its own. But you're not going to be paying that. If you want to learn 3 of these skills, you have to pay $300, but you're not going to be paying that. I mean, $200 is about 140,000 naira now, right? Cool. You won't be paying $200 for everything, yes, or that. You'll be paying a significantly less amount than that, and you still get everything mentioned here. Now, the regular price for the high-paid Freelancer Premium program cost 50,000 naira. And here's the screenshot, like people are buying it, 50,000 people are buying it, right? Like, what are you made a sale, high-paid Freelancer Premium program, 1 copy, 50,000 naira. And if I charge you 50,000 naira, there's nothing absolutely wrong with it, because you're going to make an attempt, 10 of that with your first job, or the rest of that, right? But for a limited time, not within today and tomorrow, for a limited time, basically, if I'm going through this, you get to pay only 36,500 naira. That's what you get to pay, right? So if you want to make payments, you can simply, and you still get everything mentioned there, 36,500 naira. It's a one-time payment and you're not paying anything else again, right? So simply reach out to the person that sent you to this video, or if you're watching this on YouTube, look in the description. There should be details on how you can make payments if this video came, if I brought this video to you, you can click on the link or reach out to me in my DM. If someone brought this to you, invited you to watch this, then reach out to the person and say, hey, I want to make payments for the high paid freelancer premium program, and they'll give you a link that you can make payments. Or there should be a button down below by which you can use to make payments for this. Okay? Now, one more thing. Here's some more testimonials I got from my students this morning. Right? So you can see one from Peter is like, Walter, how are you? Remember this? They've not hired me $2,000 per month. That's 1.4 million per month. Right? You can see the offer letter, the acceptance letter. It goes, we have good news about your application. I'm sure officially asked you to join the team as a web designer for Black. I'm not going to call the company's name, obviously, because I don't want people to go and start dragging job with my people, right? So that's like, that was, at the time he got this job, it was 1.1 million naira per month, right? And that's 1.4 million naira per month. So let's look at another testimonial. You're Cassie. And it's like, I saw someone calling you a scam, blah, 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 but basically showing me his profile here of how much he has made. And if you look here, you can see $350 pending. You can see on that job here, $1,200, $290, $200, $1,300, $1,500, all from Upwork, right? So Annette F. Young is that I don't think you got $2,300, and the client wants to make payment. Now, this is a social media guy, by the way, and he was DMing me because he didn't want to like waste his money or get his money butchered by a rough exchange rate, right? And that's why he DM'd me with this, right? And this is said to me, I got to go a single gig worth $2,600. That's 2.4 or 2.5 million naira, right? I think we did the math earlier. That's really 2.4 or 2.5 million naira, right? So here's another one. I got 4 job offers and 6 offers from LinkedIn within the last 2 weeks. Thank you, coach. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome news, right? Because it's clients that will be finding you. Remember what I said? There is an abundance of job. There is not enough people to supplement the amount of jobs out there. Forget all this layoff you're hearing about. If you know how to position yourself with this high income skill, everything I'm going to show you here, there's an abundance of job out there for people who want to hire you and work with you. Okay? Or like Frances, who is a mom, went from earning this thing. She was like, this is the message sent to me on 1st of October. It's like, she asked me for some advice and I told her to tweak her profile and the rest of that. So went from that to this. So like, hi, also, I want to let you know I've gotten the top rated badge, and this is given to top freelancers on Upwork. And I have students who have even gotten top rated plus and the rest of that. There are many of them, basically, right? I was like, how much earn now? She was like, $8,000 on Upwork, but some contacts moved her offline. And she has earned over $3,000 there, right? So that's over $11,000 in the space of 9 months, I think. So 11,000 times, if we use current exchange rate, that's 8 million naira. But if we use the fluctuating exchange rate over the course of 9 months, that should still be about 7 million naira or so. That's, if you divide it by months, that's still about 800,000 naira every single month, or 600 or 900,000 every single month. Okay, so moving forward, so simply reach out to make payment. Simply reach out to the person that brought you here. If you are watching this on a web page, there should be a button down below where you can click on it and get access to it. You're going to receive a special bonus from me once you get in. Or if you're watching this on a YouTube channel, click on the description and you'll see details on how you can actually go about making payments for the high paid freelancer premium program. Okay. So with that said, let's talk about frequently asked questions. So one of the questions that people frequently ask is, can I do this with my phone? And my answer is yes, you can. Depends on what you're doing, though. You can't do UI UX design with your phone, but if you have a phone, you can do other high income things. You can basically do freelancing with your smartphone. I started from my smartphone, and I believe that you too, you can, not only I believe, I know that you too can do it. I have students who are using their phone. Even till date, I still use my phone for 95% of my work, right? When is this program starting? Or has started already? This is an online program, and immediately you make payment, you're going to get full access to everything, the materials and all the bonuses mentioned before this, right? All the mentioned bonuses that have been mentioned. What if I have a job or I'm a busy student? Can I do this on the side? 100% yes. So long as you can dedicate 2 to 3 hours every single month, then you can do it, okay? What if I don't have, sorry, let me go back to that, right? So long as you can dedicate at least 2 hours every single day, then you can do it, okay? What if I don't have a digital skill? That's not a problem. Currently, there are 6 high income skills that you can learn in the high frequency preparing program. And we're working on getting more, and you get access to them for free once they go live. You're not going to pay anything extra. Am I going to pay for anything else? No, absolutely not. Upon payment, you won't be able to pay for anything else. And neither will you have to, because freelancing is simple, is almost like a zero sum to start. Apart from the data you're using to access the internet, there should be nothing else, right? Now, how long until I get my first client and start making money? I could easily tell you in 2 weeks or less, and I have proof to show you, right? You've seen thousands of proof, right? But here's the thing: not everyone's going to get their first clients that fast. For some of you, it might take up to a month, and that's not a bad thing. Delay is not denial, according to what we say in Nigeria. But so the only thing I can guarantee that if you focus on implementing ruthlessly and patiently stuff I'm going to show you, you're going to get your first client, and clients who will pay you upwards of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 as time goes on, probably much sooner than you expect. Okay. Now, how long will I have access to this program and everything promised? What I'm signing up today? You're going to have lifetime access to everything, so you can relax and go through it at your own pace. Lifetime access to everything. Okay. Now, how long will it take me to go through the program and start implementing? This usually depends on your hunger. The person who is spending 10 minutes a day going through the program is not going to go through it as fast as somebody who is spending 2 hours a day going through it. But at most, it takes 15 days from what I've seen and feedback I've gotten from my students. So it also depends on your own pace. Remember, you have a lifetime access to it, so you go through it at your own distance, right? Do I need to go through every session of the program before I start making money or before I get my first client? And my answer to that is no. You can simply choose the Upwork model and choose technical writing. You combine these two and you get clients. Or you can choose maybe UI UX design, learn UI UX design, choose to get clients on LinkedIn, and you get clients. All right. Now, will the price of this program increase anytime soon? 100% yes. The price of the program is going back to 50K as soon as possible. And from there, it's going to 75,000 naira. So if I was you, I would rush to make payment for this. I would not waste a single second, because it's definitely going to increase. This is literally a steal. This is like the best program, the best freelance program in the entirety of Africa, and it's for this dirt cheap price and a one-time payment, right? Cool. So hopefully I've been able to answer all your questions with this. All right. So simply reach out to the person that brought you this webinar, that brought you this link to this presentation, that gave you the video to watch it, and tell them, hey, I want to make payment, and they should send you a link that you can use to make payment for the High Paid Faster Premium program, right? Or if you're watching it on the website, look down, there should be a button that says, yes, I want to take action. You take action, or any of those kinds of things. If you're on YouTube, click on the description, you should see a place where you can watch it, okay? All right. So before we end this session, here is some advice for you. So you've gone through this entirety of this presentation with me, and I'm really glad you could do that, because that already sets you apart from other people. Some people don't have attention span in modern day, and they say they want to make money, and they say they want to be great. But that's all talk. Not everyone is going to be great, and you have to understand that, right? So the decision to either take the high professional pairing program or take advantage of this or not is entirely in your hands. I'm not going to force you. And if you feel like you can't afford it, I'm not going to say you should kill yourself to afford it. But let me let you know that if you really want something, you are definitely going to find a way to afford it. That's more than like, no matter what it is, you can. If you want a new phone, if your phone spoils now, you're going to find 50K to at least buy, even if it's a small one to use and managing. So you want to understand that, right? So the decision is entirely in your hands. I currently came to Nigeria this January, and I'll be leaving once I'm done seeing my family and the rest of that. And fuel is how much? 300 and something naira. The cost of living is increasing. If not that I was earning in dollars, if you touch me, right? So you don't want to be at the bottom. You want to find a way to scale up. And the internet has given us this marvelous opportunity. Maybe you decide you don't want to do freelancing in the future. I understand. Or you don't want to do freelancing, but there are so many ways to make money online. And me, I'm going to teach what I know, and that's freelancing, right? So basically, the issue, whether you decide to spend the money on getting the high freelancer training program, or you decide to spend it on something else, you are still going to spend money. Where the only difference is you can spend money on something that will bring you thousands of dollars pretty soon, or you can spend money on, what do we call it? Or you can spend the money and it's gone. They're gone and gone forever. Okay. So I hope this helps you. I hope this has helped. This helped make the better decision. Whatever you decide to do is entirely up to you. If you'd like to get into the high page transfer pairing program, If you're watching this on YouTube, simply just click on the more button or the description button. You see ways on how you can make payments. If someone brought you to this video, reach back out to the person. And if you're watching this on the website, simply click on the button down below and you'll be able to make payments and join us and get all your amazing bonuses and materials given to you. Okay, so I hope this helps you and I would see you inside. All right, have a wonderful day.